Welcome to Toni Unleashed, the podcast where we unleash the truth about all things pets.
Our research and anecdotal evidence matched with pet expert interviews will help you help your pet thrive.
We are here to answer questions, divulge information, and spread awareness about what's really going on in the world of pets.
I am your co-host, Emily Taylor, pet nutrition enthusiast.
And I'm Toni Shalasky, owner of Healthy Pet Products with 3 locations in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and recently expanded to Port Charlotte, Florida.
Welcome to the show.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Toni Unleashed. And we are here today to talk about 4th of July and preparing for it. But this can also count for thunderstorms and any type of loud noises that dogs can be afraid of. So
I guess then potentially even construction.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. Or weirdness, like Desoto will hear a noise like, and I don't even know what it is. But he'll just go and run into my closet. And even I think he has associated rain with thunder, because as soon as we hear thunder or raindrops, there he goes.
Wow,
off he goes, and you can see it in his eyes, and you can see it in his posture.
Pupils. Yeah.
Yep. And he's like, "Okay,
another episode, body language.
Bye, Mom." Oh, and she digresses.
Is he on something right now?
I gave him CBD.
Oh wow.
So I gave DeSoto a licky mat. And I smeared Nuggets bone broth on it. And remember, for our loyal followers, we did just have the owner of Nuggets on. And they make this amazing bone butter, which has bone broth in it and peanut butter and banana and all kinds of good stuff. But you spread it on a licky mat. And then I take CBD and I drizzle the CBD on top of the licky mat. And my dog is chill, which you guys realize sometimes he's a pain in the ass during recordings. So he is super chill, and I think we're probably going to do this from now on.
Yeah, he's just laying there.
Yeah, totally works. And he's not like stoned or anything like that. He's just laying down, relaxed.
Yeah, if you didn't know him, you'd be like, "Oh wow, this is such a good dog."
Right. And he's really a pain in the ass. So he's not a really good dog. I mean, he is a good dog.
He's a good dog.
He is a good dog.
But he's usually like,
I'm just a tough mom.
Yeah, and he's usually
up your ass.
Yeah. Yeah. He wants pets. He wants to know what we're doing. He'll wants to chew on his bully stick. He'll pace a little bit.
Yep.
And now he's just like on his side, totally out.
So with fireworks and storms, I mean, maybe I'll just start talking about my own issues.
Yeah. I mean, because I've never had issues.
You're so lucky.
Surprisingly, because Kendrick, my dog Kendrick, who is like 14, 15 pounds, is a very fearful dog. And fireworks and thunderstorms don't stress him out. I don't know if maybe it's because like I love thunderstorms.
Huh.
And so like
maybe
I'm always just like really enjoying it and like happy and like woohoo. Maybe he's like, "Oh, this is fun, Mom." But
it's definitely possible.
Other than that,
you're really lucky. And Sweet Pea also.
Sweet Pea doesn't have issues with anything. Yeah, construction, she could sleep through anything.
So I can honestly say I think every dog I've ever had.
Do you like thunderstorms?
I love thunderstorms. There's nothing like a great thunderstorm. I even like to sit outside, like under a covered porch during it. Yeah.
Oh, love that.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. Seriously.
Yeah.
Love it so much. Yeah.
So I don't think I'm the problem.
No, I don't think so either. So what does he do when, like, how did you know he was scared of them?
So he automatically just starts kind of shaking and seeking out a safe place. Like if the basement door's open, he will try to run downstairs into the basement. And I just manage the behavior. I try not to coddle him because I feel like if you coddle that behavior and try to hold them,
right,
that it exacerbates it. So I have created, and we're actually going to post this when we publish this episode on social media so that you all can see pictures. But I actually I have two safe spaces for him. One of which is in my walk-in closet, and I have a bed that is in the corner of the walk-in closet, and it's cool because like my pants, he's kind of like it's like a little cave because my pants are hanging on top of him, my dresses are hanging on one side, and the shoe rack is like up against the one side. So he's definitely like in a cave-like environment, and that's where he goes and that's where he feels safe. So, and then on the second floor, because if I'm like up here watching TV or whatever, I keep the TV room closet door open, and then I have a little bed mat inside there, and he'll go in there too. So he's just
It's like a burrow.
Yeah.
Who was telling us about
Or like
that burrow?
a den that they would dig in the wild, you
He
know?
was telling us about that recently.
I talked about it, I think, on the last episode
Okay.
with Sarah.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do to live. And so I do that for DeSoto, and then I also have the CBD on hand, but we also have a really great product from Herbsmith that's called July 3rd, and it's an herbal treat, and it can be used in addition to CBD. But the reason why it's called July 3rd is because you should start giving them the treat on July 3rd, the day before the fireworks or the day before a storm. Or if you live in Pittsburgh, we have fireworks every fucking weekend.
Yeah. If you live close to the stadium.
Yeah.
And the July 3rd or 3rd of July is not meant to be used every single day. It's meant for situations. So
Correct.
like if you know, I mean, I feel like with technology these days, you should be able to tell if there might be a thunderstorm and maybe start dosing them the day before. Even if there's not, I think it's still safe to dose them just
like
in
the
case.
weather app or whatever.
Yeah.
And honestly, you could even do it there. You know, if your dog is a problem when you have company coming,
Yep.
there's nothing wrong with doing that the day ahead and
Oh,
just
absolutely not.
just to try to kick them down a notch.
Traveling.
Absolutely.
Vets visits.
Vet visits.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything that can cause stress or anxiety, anything situationally, I will say.
Yep.
Other than just existence.
July 3rd and CBD are our main two go-tos, right?
100%. So Thundershirts?
Oh, yes.
Here's the thing though. Here's my question to you.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that I've gotten feedback that people's dogs start realizing that they're getting their Thundershirt put on because they're anticipating something that they're scared of. So they kind of assimilate that. So what do you think?
So agreed. They are so smart that they can't associate that, just like DeSoto associating
exactly.
rain with thunder.
Right.
So you would have to periodically put the Thundershirt on for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
And leave it on for a day when it's a beautiful sunny day out or whatever. That's the only way around that, I feel.
I would have to agree.
And we have mixed feedback on the Thundershirt. Some people love them and swear by them, and then others say they didn't really notice a whole lot.
Yeah. And I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just like people too. Like sometimes for people, weighted blankets work for them and others they don't.
I've never tried one. I'm afraid I'd be too claustrophobic with one.
I would never try one because I get sweaty so easily.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for sharing.
So I immediately would be like,
ew.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing is Bo, the other dog that I have some of the time. Thanks, Bob. He's the opposite. Bo tries to attack the storm or attack the fireworks. So
that sounds so annoying.
Oh, it's so annoying. And you know Bo's bark.
Yeah.
So if he's on one end of the house and he hears like fireworks on the opposite end of the house, he'll go running and like jump into the air and bark at it, trying to attack it, literally.
Oh, that is so funny.
So, but the CBD and the July 3rd work for him too.
Wow. And I mean, do you think, I feel like if I'm just going to play, I don't know, just a question I would think someone would have. Is there any, like, if I'm already using CBD every single day, is it not going to work for big firestorms? What would you recommend for an avid CBD user and a dog around
I
fireworks?
would probably just use the 3rd of July in addition to a dog that is regularly fed CBD.
Okay. And maybe increase the dosage?
You could increase the dosage. And one other thing I didn't mention is turning the TV up.
Hmm.
Everybody going into one room. Like I can go into the TV room, shut the door, have the TV on,
Yeah.
have that closet door open, and DeSoto goes in that closet door.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's my solution.
I would say, I'm going to throw one more thing in there.
Hmm.
I would say if you have, depending on what you're doing, like for 4th of July, if you have a lot of, and depending on your dog, I think it could be a really safe option to have a long lead on your dog.
Hmm.
For,
Oh, escaping.
yes, because a lot of dogs will get fearful and
Hmm.
kind of like you were saying, like how DeSoto looks for a safe place in the house. So many dogs slip out looking for a
Hmm.
safe place.
It
And
happens all the
it
time.
happens all the time. And I think like if you're having company over, love it, do it, go for it. But if you can be like have the awareness to realize that maybe your dog is going to get scared and there's an opportunity to slip out, I would always just have a long lead on.
I 100% agree because you never know. You can never
Right.
be too safe.
Yeah.
And that being said, not only a long line, but make sure the collar with the tag is on.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
I mean, it's very common for lost dogs to pop up more
Right.
often around the 4th of July and
Right.
in the summertime.
Right.
I mean, it happens in the best households.
100%. I mean, it's happened to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened with Sydney and DeSoto not that long ago.
Oh, yes, it did happen with DeSoto not that long ago.
I mean, it is, yeah. So I would say at the very least, put on a long lead.
Yeah.
So you can at least, you have 20, 30 feet to step on the leash. Or, I mean, especially if a fearful dog is already so nervous and anxious on top of the fireworks, they're not going to get close enough to you
Hmm.
to scoop them up or grab them by the collar. So that's a good way to grab them.
And a lot of times a long line will get caught on something.
Mm-hmm.
So then,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and something to be said, and I don't want to, put this in people's minds, but dogs can develop an anxiety to loud noises and fireworks and storms over time.
Mm-hmm.
Like Princess was never afraid of anything, storm wise or fireworks. And I think 10 or 12 years old, she all of a sudden developed, and I think it might be because their senses changed maybe.
Yeah.
So, so just keep that in mind. Don't be surprised if your dog was never afraid of fireworks or thunderstorms and all of a sudden is. And a lot of times it can be an incident. Like if your next door neighbor sets off fireworks
Right.
and never has before,
Right.
that could trigger it right
Oh,
there.
100%.
Yeah.
That sounds terrifying.
Oh,
I am going to say something
oh boy.
that might be against some popular opinion.
We hate fireworks.
No, no,
What?
no. Oh, it is. I do hate fireworks. I'm not saying fireworks, but if all you have is Benadryl,
Yeah.
Benadryl your dog.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it is safer to kind of knock your dog out with Benadryl and prevent any sort of traumatizing them with, them getting out,
I agree.
like if that's all you have,
Mhm.
or if you're traveling
Mhm.
and you can't get to a pet store, you forgot your CBD, you can
Mhm.
always go to a convenience store and get some
Mhm.
Benadryl, and you can just Google the amount that you can give your dog
Yep.
safely for their weight. And I just think worst case scenario, give them some. If you're just extra nervous, just give
Mhm.
them some Benadryl just to be safe.
I agree.
A little bit of Benadryl is not going to hurt.
I agree.
Yeah.
Or anytime you travel with an infant on a plane, just a little bit of Benadryl. Think of your.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts? I think
No, I think
that's a basic rundown of.
Yeah, so follow up, we're going to have our CBD episode, and it is so incredibly informative. And we just want to,
Is that the Angela Ardolino
Mhm.
one? Yeah, CBD dog health. It's the best. That's what I dosed Desoto with tonight.
yeah. And
Yep.
it's just a great refresher on how helpful it can be.
Yep.
So,
So be prepared.
yeah,
Be proactive. It doesn't hurt to have extra things on hand.
right.
This time of year, we stock a ton of July 3rd and a ton of CBD.
Right.
So please support local wherever you are.
Oh, wait, one last thing.
What?
If you are traveling and you are leaving your dog for the 4th of July with a pet sitter and they are crate trained, please put them in the crate.
Yeah.
I mean, if they associate their crate with a safe place,
Yeah, have the pet sitter make sure
the pet sitter, and it is not a cruel thing to do. It
Yep.
is going to protect them in the long run, and it is going to make them feel safe and secure, and it's going to make sure they can't run out. Put your dog in a crate for fireworks.
Agreed.
If your dog is crate trained, I would do that anyways.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So CBD, July 3rd, Thundershirts, long line,
Yep.
name tag.
Yes. Safe space.
Safe space. Safe space. I'm a big believer in safe space. And you all know by now where to reach us, but we will run down it real quick. Instagram, Toni Unleashed, Facebook, and our email is info@ToniUnleashed. And bye for now.
Bye.